I miss in some ways the early YouTube. The modern one has become a very big, giant, and successful delivery platform of content that ranges between garbage to very high quality. It has become a place where people go for entertainment as one of the default options. However, YouTube has changed from its early years when it was predominantly scrappy creators making content using the software and hardware that was not adapted to the online platform and very often on a shoestring budget. Make no mistake, there are plenty of YouTube creators operating on a shoestring budget still. However, at the start, that was all of them. The resulting product was fun, innovative, and always surprising, given the inputs it was arising from. It could be just my nostalgia glasses, and maybe there's nothing to really miss about early YouTube. However, I have not found content that really recaptured that feeling I had when I watched early YouTube back in the day. For that reason, I decided to seek out the early content. Sadly, a lot of it is disappearing as channels it was sitting on have shut down or content was sold off and removed. The first one I managed to find was a series from 2010 called Bite Me. It is in a way an interesting artifact as it captures certain aspects of society of the time, like any good work of art. So let's discuss this series. The series had 2 seasons. The first one was published on Machinima Network on YouTube in 2010 and the second season was bankrolled by Lionsgate in 2012. The fact that the series appeared on Machinima is an example of how things were on YouTube at the time. Machinima was one of the largest networks focused on video game content. These networks arose to allow for easy negotiations between creators, YouTube, and advertisers, as the networks represented the creators in these negotiations and tried to secure better terms. As time went on, many of the bigger YouTubers will dump the networks and go at it alone, now using the fact that they had name recognition to bargain with the advertisers directly one-on-one, or because they secured other sources of funding such as Patreons, merchandise, and etc. When it comes to the plot of the series, well, season 1 demonstrates the situation that young generation at the time encountered that was the result of the financial crisis and the Great Recession. The situation resulted in the glut of job applicants for a small number of roles. The final result is what we see in the show. The 3 protagonists are either working as a waiter, in a dead-end job, or chronically underemployed. This is also the period when many of the major YouTubers will arise from, as it served as an outlet for younger generation's energy that their jobs did not provide, and a way to try to supplement their income. At the same time, younger generation was watching YouTube because it was free and content suited their taste. This was also a period when video games content ruled YouTube. Due to its longer format, it was preferred by the algorithm and also liked by the younger generation as it catered to its interests. The season 1 would be a hit due to focus on gamers and their social interactions and also because zombies were all the rage at the time. Show was about the zombie apocalypse. But back to what happens in the plot of the series. Here we see some of the standard tropes of the time. Video gamers are shown to be male and the girlfriend of one of the protagonists is totally hostile to video games. Video gamers are also shown to be geeky, and in contrast to them, there are jocks that are stupid and useless but get the girls. Now this changes in season 2 partially because by 2012 the demographics were showing that the assertion that video gamers are male and geeky was not true. The plot's major theme is that video gamers can survive adverse conditions, zombie apocalypse, etc. because they have been playing through such scenarios in video games. This of course is a general appeal to the ego of the younger generation that were at the time stuck as either underemployed or unemployed. The other minor things to note is the emphasis on the value of the console, Xbox 360 in particular, even in the life or death situation to the gamers. The online experience with randos is another thing that we should be noting, and those randos are usually a foul-mouthed kid, and of course the crude humor of the period. Overall, I think there's a certain enjoyment to be had from watching Bite Me series and recognizing all the tropes, stereotypes, and references to the time period that was late 2000s and early 2010s. If you see it on one of the streaming services, I would recommend to watch it, whether for nostalgia or for sociological learning experience. Sadly, it's no longer available on YouTube.